What is the purpose for Manchester United to bring in a coach not even in mid-season at the helm of the end of the first
It is because Man U can end up in top 4. It will be a good result, a good finish for them. Amorim can give them that.
Yeah, if Manchester lose 3 games, Manchester will there for relegation. No, but Man United is glory Man United, and they need that glory now.
Okay. Manchester United are not going to lose 3 games under Amorim.
He's coming in.
I assure you that.
He's coming in that.
But this one assurance. So.
Football Banter.
Hey guys, welcome back to Football Banter. And like you already know, there is no football without banter. I'm super excited and pumped to be back here on the show again, and I want to let you guys know that you are in for a treat. Today promises to be exciting, as a matter of fact, because I've got my guys here and we're going to be doing justice to some topics, and I know that you're going to find those topics also very interesting and you love to give your comments. We're going to be going straight into one of our anchor topics for today, and which is centered around the EPL and Man United, amongst other clubs, other topics we'll be exploring. Amorim finally resumes. Van Nistelrooy out. Now, it's even more fascinating that Nistelrooy is not even going to play any part in Amorim's tenure or Amorim's era. What do you think? First of all, looking at the fact that Amorim is coming at this time when it's not even mid-season, he's already, he's leaving behind a very good work he's been doing at Sporting, and resuming at Man United. Yes, it looks like Man United is desperate. Now, I'm trying to draw a balance because the EPL is unpredictable. Yeah. So it's not certain he's going to succeed. And also, how demanding the fan base of these clubs can be. So what's your take, guys, on the situation right now, looking at Amorim in Man U?
Well,
he might not even hit the ground running.
Well, I tip Amorim to succeed because I've seen him, I've read about him, and I've actually gone back to watch his tactics and stuff. So, and I've seen him to be a winner and to be a good coach. So, because of that, I'll tip him to succeed at Manchester United. But, anything is possible. We don't know tomorrow. We don't know what lies in the next minute. Manchester United is a very big club and is not like Sporting. There might not be enough time for him. The patience, the fans might not be patient enough.
Exactly.
The board might not be patient enough. So the English football might not be easy for him. So because it's a new league, a new atmosphere, new club, everything is new. Though it's with his coaching staff, but it's still not certain, but I'll just tip him to succeed. And to me, you also said Manchester United forcing him to come right now than to wait maybe like January or at the end of the season.
Where he can have enough time.
I don't think it's a good decision. It might actually work out for them. Fine. Hopefully it does so that their fans can leave my DM. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's the right thing because there is no time. And right now we have seen them bounce back a little bit under Van Nistelrooy. And will he kick the stone? Will he kick the game? Kick the team running from there? So he might. But I don't think it was a good decision.
Yes, and considering the fact that Nistelrooy already got the team balling, wouldn't that have just made perfect sense that they allow him see the team through at least till January?
Of course, I think it could have made sense if they had allowed Van Nistelrooy to get the job, because see what he did with the few games he had, and I felt, although I saw it coming, I knew he was going to leave, because you see those games he played, he has shown the world himself. He has sold himself out, and then it would not be nice if he should stay in Manchester United without having a better offer. So I feel, in as much as I wanted him to stay, I feel he should just go and get another experience outside Man United.
Talking about offer, talking about offer, do you think Ruud van Nistelrooy will command like an offer like the way let's say, let me use Arteta for example, would command?
He's a young coach, and if he's going to a new club, probably Roma, go to some other club, it's just a starting point for him. Although Man U would have been a good ground for him, but the board never wanted him to be the coach. They just wanted him to act as an interim coach.
They letting Van Nistelrooy go. Letting Van Nistelrooy go and not allowing him to continue with the team till the end of the season is right.
Okay.
Yes, he was an interim manager. Let's not get carried away. Interim managers don't really do a bad. They don't really have a bad job because they just have a very short time.
We saw that with
to
Carrick.
work. Yes, but if you give them a long term,
it might start. The toll.
And let's not forget. He does not have an experience with the first team. He does not have an experience with the first team. That is the truth. He might have done well, but can we leave our team with this man?
Mm-hmm.
Can we build a team with him?
Does he have the experience to take responsibility?
He does not have that. I felt okay. Maybe they could have left it to January because January is around the corner. But to the end of the season, no.
I agree with you. They would have at least given him that opportunity to lead the team to the end of the season.
If Arsenal could leave the club, everything to Arteta, who had zero experience.
Though I was coming in from the angle Ebuka spoke about. You see, talking about experience, experience starts from somewhere.
Okay. Don't forget, this is not Nistelrooy's first job.
Yes, exactly. So I feel with what he has done, I think the presence he carries, at least his leadership, apart from his tactics, his leadership in the dressing room.
Then why not stick with him? And don't forget, he's also a club legend.
Yeah.
So he knows the ins and outs of the club. He knows the spirit of the club. Why not stick with him so that you give Amorim, space and time to at least see what Chelsea did with Maresca. Chelsea, they are balling goods. Like, I watched the match against Arsenal and I was on edge because they were balling goods, right? So I think it would have been fair on Amorim because the Premiership is unforgiving, right? The league is unforgiving.
This decision is not a one-man decision.
Yeah.
So some people in that board, some people will feel, okay, let's just stick with Van Nistelrooy. Some will say, no, let's just, for a long-term plan, let's go with Amorim. So at the end of the day, majority carries the food.
Now, don't you think...
But for me personally, I feel they should have given him that job at least from now to January.
Now, okay, so do you think that Amorim coming in at this time is a setup for failure? Coach.
Well, I've always admired coaches who want to, get to challenges because I always tell myself that challenges are raw materials for champions. And if you want to show your worth, then you need to get into one of the challenges. Amorim coming to Man United, it's good on the one hand, and on the other hand, I think Manchester United should, in the past, interim coaches they've always done well.
Of course, every interim coach does well.
Yeah.
So we saw that with Jumbe.
I believe, but once they give them the job,
it becomes a different ballgame.
Yeah, they become something else. But to me, it's not only about Nistelrooy being an interim, but being a former Manchester United
legend.
Yeah. Not a former legend.
He's
former
a legend.
Manchester United player and now a legend.
Yeah.
So I feel like he knows the house.
Exactly.
And I feel like he can best sweep that house than any other person for the time being.
Yeah.
So once they can give him that opportunity to sweep the house and then bring in his own quality of players, perhaps next transfer or next season, I think he's going to make a great coach.
Maybe not
But
even
Amorim coming now.
Maybe not
because
even
what Manchester United is seeing in Amorim now in Sporting CP, I don't think that's what they will see.
No.
The last game, they had a tough comeback. They were playing against Braga.
Yeah.
They had a tough comeback. They were leading, Braga were leading them 2-0,
2-0,
and they had to come back to win the match 3-2.
Yeah.
It's 3-2, right?
I think 4-2.
Because I saw it 3-2. That's when I gave up for the match. 4-2.
4-2.
So it might work with Sporting CP. Sporting CP is a bigger club in Portugal, but a smaller club when it comes to the same
with match time.
the world scene.
So do you think that Amorim is being set up to fail?
We can't say that. We can't say that. Just like I will tell you people. Some people will say, like, for example, like me, some people will say Mbappe in Madrid is a waste, it's a failure. I'll tell you no.
Okay, coach, hold on. Hold
I'll
that
tell
thought.
you no.
Hold that thought.
Because Amorim.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Do we have on record a situation where a coach fresh came into a team, probably a quarter of the part, quarter part of the season, and did well? Because at least looking at recent
Yes,
events,
we have had.
okay,
Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2016.
Not only Zidane,
He
we
came in
heard about.
January.
I know of about
no,
4
no.
cases.
Also
That's
Xavi.
say January. That's mid-season.
Okay.
At this time, we're not
Yeah,
even
he's
mid-season
talking
yet.
about before the mid-season.
Before the
We're
mid-season.
not even
Yeah,
mid-season
before the
yet.
mid-season. I think there's one Italian. There's one
Yeah,
Italian
I'm
coach
trying to
in the
remember.
Serie. Yeah, let me try to.
remember.
I can't get the name, but why talking? Maybe the name will come.
Because looking at most of the coaches doing very well right now in the EPL, they had time. They came in they came in the summer. They had time. Like look at Ancelotti. Look at Maresca. Look at the Brighton coach.
Yeah.
they
To me,
came-
the problem is not coming. It's not the time that you come in it. The problem is your consistency, doing what you know how to do best.
I remember
Because you might come in now, or you might come in earlier. You understand? You might come in earlier.
And you're not consistent.
And you're not consistent.
No.
We've seen that. We've seen that.
Now,
because to me,
Coach,
and clubs now are losing patience.
Coach, right
clubs
now,
are losing patience.
Coach, right now, we cannot determine consistency. You know why? Because he is not going to have the time to be consistent. Don't forget, Man U are in the Europa League.
No. If you say he will not have the time to be consistent, it means he's not.
I'm not saying.
He's not a tactician, because a tactician.
First of all,
Yeah.
you will need to know the players. You will need to study the players.
That's why I said any coach.
You need to understand the league. You need to know the tactics of the opponents in the league.
Remember what I said in the beginning of the question you asked me. I told you that a coach should be a challenger. It means he needs to take challenges as raw material in order to make himself champion. Yeah. We've seen Guardiola. We've seen Ancelotti. We've seen Zidane. We've seen Ten Hag. No, Ten Hag. What do you mean by Ten Hag? I cannot. Perhaps in Ajax. Perhaps in Ajax.
No challenge.
But when we talk about a coach, a coach who takes challenges as raw material, we talk about you moving from one league to the other. We talk about you moving from one team to the other.
But do you
from one inferior
do you
team
think
to one good
time
team,
is
or
also
from
a
one good
factor?
team to the other?
Yeah,
Coming back to that before I drop. Coming back to that, I want us to understand, and the televiewers to understand that if Amorim is a good tactician, he'll make it in Man United. But on the other hand, this is for the Manchester United fan. I told you guys that you guys are sinking, and now you guys are trying to come out. From the waters. It's good, but you should also understand that if I were you, I will not bring Amorim. I will stick to Nistelrooy.
You know why? Because it will be unfair. It will be unfair.
Sorry to cut you short.
Go on.
Now, I just remembered a coach, a perfect example.
Okay.
That resumed November like this.
Okay.
And then also succeeded with the team. Eddie Howe of Newcastle, 2021. He resumed 8th November 2021.
Yes. Eddie Howe.
Newcastle were in the relegation.
Yes. But hold on.
And they went to the Champions League that season.
Yes, hold that thought.
Yeah.
You need to also understand that nobody expects Newcastle to do well. What's their target for the season? Just remain in the Premiership, or remain in the top 10, or remain in top 8.
Let's not forget. People expected Newcastle to do well because Newcastle.
That's a mistake you are making.
Newcastle just signed a multi-billion
I've said it
deal.
time without number, and I'll keep saying it. No team in the top flight, in the elite, is going just for maintenance, just to stay there. They are going for the title. That's what I'm saying. They are going for the title.
No,
but
that's
now,
not correct. That's not correct.
Once the
That's not correct.
Once the battle begins, too many battles makes a war. A war is, a conglomerate of too many battles. You fight too many before you can say you've won the war.
Coach.
What I'm saying is, each team in the Premier League or whatsoever league they find themselves are going in for the title.
No, coach, that's
but
not
now,
correct.
When you meet men that time, now your fate will be defined.
No, coach, that's not correct. You know why? You know why that's
So are you saying that Burnley that went on relegation last season, or Southampton and the others that are suffering now at the relegation zone? Do you think they are not aiming at this point in time? They are not aiming from leaving the relegation. They are not aiming of even going to play Europe. Going to play in Europe.
Let's be realistic and say the facts, right? When it comes to, for example, the EPL, right? We have teams whose goal for the season is to win the title. We have other teams whose goal is to contend to contend for the title.
Is that an insight? Is that an insight that's within the club, or is what it's on the competitive sheet?
No, that's the inside of the club.
Now, I'm talking about inside of the club. That's their personal.
What I'm saying is,
in the Premier League, we have 20 teams, and each of those 20 teams are contenders for the title.
No, they are not.
But now, at the beginning of the season. But now, once the drum begins to play, you understand? That's where we know who can dance well.
No, coach.
No, I agree with him.
Hold on.
Because in as much as you are part of the team competing for Premier League, you are a contender.
You're not a contender.
You yourself, you know.
You go possible.
It go worry you.
Yes, you understand?
I understand, coach. Like a team like Ipswich just coming to the Premier League for the first, and they'll be like, our main goal is to remain in the Premier
league.
League.
Yes.
But imagine Ipswich now,
if we stretch our luck,
they are winning the first 10 games, they've won all. Okay, we can qualify for Europe. They still consider our first 20 games, they've lost maybe once. We can win the Premier League. You understand? That's what coach is trying to say. It's not as if you have a chance to win the Premier League, you will not win it. You will not try to get football.
But
except Arsenal.
We saw that with Girona in La Liga. At one point in time, Girona in La Liga was dreaming last season of winning the league. Yes, unfortunately that they were men.
Even the year Leicester City won the league.
That was how it was.
Forest is repeating such.
No, listen. No, my point is this. That is not the goal. Do you understand?
That's not the goal.
Now you are talking about
I don't understand what you mean by that's not the goal.
Okay, now you are talking by a stroke of luck it happens. Oh, we go for it. But when the season starts, every club have their goal.
Now listen, back to the stuff. You said Newcastle.
Now back to the Newcastle part. Back to Newcastle part. The goal for Newcastle, like we know, compare Newcastle
to be in the top 10.
Exactly. Now compare Newcastle to Man U. The pressure is different.
Now listen, let me tell you why the goal for Newcastle that season was hard. They were in relegation and they were to end up in the top 10. Number one, they just had a new owner, a billionaire, a Saudi billionaire that brought in a lot of funds.
Do you know that season?
So they became more exposed, and teams were like,
and they
Newcastle can play like the new Man City.
Yes.
So a lot was already on his shoulders to make his team play well, and look like a team that will attract big players to come when they want to start spending their money.
Well,
so and it's a big job. No, let's not take. And it did not only do that. They did not just end in the top 10. They qualified for the Champions League.
Now, yes. So listen.
So that is like good.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing all that. But my point is, the Man United job, the pressure on the Man United job, you cannot compare it to a Newcastle job.
Compare it to a Newcastle job, but it's still hard for Eddie. We don't know Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe have never coached a top team.
Newcastle is not a top team.
I'm trying to. Newcastle is
the biggest team. What do you mean Newcastle is not a top team?
Newcastle is a top team in England. They have
Newcastle is a very big team. They're a big class team.
They're a big team in Premier League.
And Newcastle
is the biggest team that he has
coached. Yes.
Now, yes.
Just as Man U is the big.
Yes. But Amorim has more experience than I've experienced a bigger stage than Eddie Howe. Look at Amorim with Sporting. Eddie Howe has never seen anything like that. He's only just battling for relegation, then battling to survive relegation. I will carry a team from relegation to the Premier League. That is all. So to just come and start, look at the challenge that was given to him, and then he picked up and he did well. So that's a good example.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
But we're talking from experience, right?
Yes, I know that Manchester United is a very difficult club.
The best crop of coaches have gotten the Manchester United job, and you can see that era is like the dark spot in their CV.
No, let's not forget. Amorim also has an experience in Manchester United. Yes, he was an interim under Jose Mourinho. During Jose Mourinho's time, he was there for 6 months or so.
Yes,
and he has seen whatever Mourinho was suffering. He knows.
Are you telling me that a coach under 6 months?
No, he might have
actually know the nitty gritties of a team.
He might have seen what his boss was suffering.
That's what the boss was suffering.
6 months was enough for him to see where Mourinho was actually finding it hard with the club. So he can actually come in and say, and since then there have not been any changes. Still the same.
So what makes you think he's going to succeed then?
I don't know. I just feel this guy is very
with all the obstacles.
I feel this guy is a very good tactician. He's a young coach.
Okay,
and he knows how to arrange his
we all
dressing
started
room.
this discussion.
The dressing room.
What I'm saying,
very important.
The dressing room is very important.
Manchester United have not had a good dressing room for years. I feel Amorim can bring that.
We all
good dressing room.
No, but they're having it now because Nistelrooy is on a good foot.
Yeah, and he's coming in from there. So it's going to be easier for Amorim.
Why taking away Nistelrooy?
So it's going to be easier for Amorim.
We started this discussion by saying, what if Manchester United would do well, right? I feel doing well in
Hold on.
EPL.
Do well.
No, not do well.
Do well.
No, the question.
Do well.
No.
Wait.
Coach. The question was, is this a setup for Amorim to fail? Now, and right with what he has explained, with what Ebuka has explained, I get the point. But I'm saying that
no, this is a setup for any coach to fail, but Amorim will not fail.
Okay.
No. You can't say it's a setup.
No, it's not.
No. You can't say it's a setup.
It's a setup because
it's a
there's
setup
no
for
time.
any coach to fail because coaches have failed. So what makes you think Amorim will be different? And coaches bigger than Amorim.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, for Manchester United to succeed right here is that they need to have their own someone from that house who've been in that house not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for at least 3, 4, 5 years. He knows the dressing room. He knows from the top management to the cleaner.
Because still
it's very important.
Still, the most successful Manchester United coach so far is still Ole. No, since post Alex.
No, you're talking about
Alex
a player.
Mourinho.
You're talking about a player. I mean, a player.
Yes, a
coach player.
A coach player.
A player that played. It's him.
Because it's Ole. Even Mourinho was not because Mourinho, yes, he won them the Europa, but that's not the point. You understand? The point is, only we saw Man U flow. We saw Man U do. They were trying
to bring out their identity.
Exactly. We saw the Man U identity, and they even tried to win the league.
And they were actually a very.
They came second.
They were second.
Exactly. They were second.
Manchester City lost a lot of games.
And that's the only season. I think that's the only season that Arsenal was, I think, 4th or 10th from when Ole.
Yes, and that's still that only
they dismantled Arsenal that season from second position. They're the only people that dismantled Arsenal from the second position to the third position.
No, Manchester United.
Before now that Arsenal is being dismantled to the fourth position.
They only ended second under Mourinho.
No, they ended second under Ole.
It was when
they ended second and third under Ole.
Yeah. When did Ole? Wait, let's get this straight. I don't think so.
Let's fact check it.
When did Ole come in?
I can't like I can't be telling you.
No, let's fact check it.
That's
because I know their best season under Ole. They ended second.
Under Ole, they were second. You get me? When Ole was sacked, Mourinho took in. It was Mourinho that came after Ole was sacked, ba?
Yeah.
Was it Mourinho?
Yes.
It was Mourinho, no? I think
after Mourinho, Ole came in.
Ragnick. At what point did
Ragnick came after Ole?
Ragnick came after
He
Ole.
was an interim coach. He did well as an interim. When they gave him the job, he flopped. He was an interim coach for just 2 days.
Yes.
When they gave him the job, he flopped.
Yes.
Then Carrick came after Ragnick, then Eric Ten Hag.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is you need someone that can clean that house and clean the house well. And for someone to clean that house must be someone who knows
Who's
the house.
familiar with.
You understand? Who knows all the corners of that house.
Because
if not, yeah, bring in Amorim. Amorim knows Sporting CP very well. And Sporting CP doesn't play the same pattern with Man United. Because most of these coaches that they come, they don't sit down, they don't sit to bring in, they try to bring in their own ideology. But they fail to understand that you can only associate your ideology with that of the club. You understand? But once you want to impose your own ideology,
You struggle.
You might mix up because there you go along ahead with the club.
Okay, now sorry, coach.
And that's
now,
when they begin to
they
fail.
only never ended as second. They only ended as third.
As third.
Yes,
okay.
and that was his first full season.
He ended as second though.
Please go ahead with your.
Wait, 2018, that's his first season. 2018-19,
Yeah.
he finished 6th. 19-20, he finished 3rd. 2021, 2nd.
I
And
remember.
21-22, he
So
finished
where-
6th.
Won Premier League 2021.
Man City.
Man City. Yes, he was
I
second.
remember.
Yes, they
I
beat
remember.
Manchester. It's true. It's true. I was with Liverpool.
Yeah, because am I running out of
And that
facts?
2021, he also led Manchester United to the Europa League final where he was beaten by Villarreal.
I still remember. Yeah,
So he
he's-
actually did well.
He's the most successful so far in terms of the spirit of the
But
club.
notwithstanding, the truth is that Amorim can come to Manchester United and fix things. He might come and succeed. So the question is, what if he comes and doesn't succeed? What if he comes and succeed?
What
What are
if,
the chances?
listen,
The question:
now,
What are the chances of him succeeding?
No, there's a high chance of
Yes,
him
now.
succeeding.
With what kind of players?
But if
Have
given,
have you seen the players
No,
of Sporting
no,
CP?
no. Manchester United have quality
better
players.
players than Sporting CP.
The problem
see,
is not.
Manchester United has
you
a
guys-
depth of
you know
like,
where we are-
a
where we
depth-
are- where we are
I don't know.
looking
I
at
don't know how you
players.
categorize players. How do you categorize players?
They have
Where we
good
are-
players.
where we are
Just
looking
the
at-
team.
where
Like
we are
what?
looking at
How do you
players.
categorize-
No,
how do you
like,
cat-
what's
how
your
do you
metric?
categorize good
What's
players?
your
They are
metric for good players?
Yes. How do you categorize good players?
quality in their positions, the
Yes.
skills, how they can interpret a game. You know the depth. You know. Yes.
In Sporting,
Can I give you one aspect? Can I give you one aspect that will overshadow all what you've listed?
Yeah,
Alright,
give
okay.
us, give us.
Do you know?
Off-field
Do you know?
answers.
Do you know? In the Premier League,
Yeah.
Manchester United have the most indisciplined players.
No, that's not the point.
Manchester United players are
That
the
is
most
one of their
indisciplined players.
characters.
No.
And
We
with
get that
indiscipline.
point.
No,
We get that
and with
point.
indiscipline, no matter the qualities you have, we've seen that in Ronaldinho. We've seen that in Neymar. We've seen that in
So
other
I
players.
try to say that Ronaldinho and Neymar are not good players.
No, they were
hold
good
on.
players, but the indiscipline aspect.
No matter what.
No,
Coach,
they didn't make
coach,
they didn't
coach,
make them
coach,
ball.
coach,
They were lucky.
What they were able to achieve is still great.
No, they were lucky to have been in a milieu whereby everybody was, a goal chaser, a trophy chaser. They were there. You understand? But look at Manchester United. Not everybody is in that circle of goal chasing. Now they fall apart because of their indiscipline. Not indiscipline. Not only out of the pitch. Even in the pitch.
That's why I said Amorim knows how to address dressing room issues. He knows how to manage dressing room better than.
Let's see how it goes, Sha. I don't want to say
and
much
I
about
feel,
it.
I feel he's
but-
going to bring out the best out
No,
of
no,
this
I don't
player.
say much about it
coach,
because
coach.
trust me.
The
When
only-
you ask
the
my
only
when you ask
thing-
my opinion, I said that I'll prefer someone who knows the house. But if they are bringing someone from outside, it's okay. Let's see how it goes.
The only thing I see, basically, just to wrap this up, is that Amorim will do well at Man U, but it's just the fact that there's not much time for him, and also considering the pressure that comes with the Manchester United job, and also the hunger of fans in the EPL. If there's some few runs of bad results, it's going to also increase the pressure on him. And when that pressure comes, it's not so cool. All right, so that's just my point. Because
Before we round up here,
Yeah.
let me come in here. Before Amorim accepts the Manchester United job, I believe he knows about the pressure and all the.
He knows. Of
I
course.
believe he
every
knows that.
coach always knows about the pressure until you get on the seat.
And moreover, I believe, like I earlier said, if you are going for that challenge, you must be physically okay and mentally okay, right?
Yeah.
So it's up to him, and
No.
I believe that where he will fail, like you all said that he's going to, where he will fail is that Nistelrooy has given result.
No, just 4 games.
Sorry.
is not
No,
enough.
listen to me.
Just
Now
4
he's
games.
coming. He's coming now because they'll use Nistelrooy's result to evaluate him in the next 4 or 5 games. If he flops,
Yes, no, 4 or 5 games.
if he
but
flops, Manchester United will say, but it all begins with the fans. The fans are the one. The fans are the one beginning all the wahala.
No, see,
They'll say-
now you're coming back to my point. Now you're coming back to my point when I said the pressure of the job, the fans, demands of the fans. If he has a few bad games, it's going to start.
I don't think if he have a bad
No,
game
no,
of-
no,
a bad run of 5 games.
No,
Bad run of how many games?
If you have a bad run of 5 games, I don't think it's going to match pressure.
No. You don't understand something.
I mean 3 bad games, only 3.
No.
But what Mr. Roy has done?
Let me tell you why.
Let me tell you why. Ebuka, wait. No,
Manchester United is not the team that is building. Manchester United is not like Arsenal that they are building.
No, coach, listen.
Manchester United wants result. They are not building.
Right now,
They need result. Arsenal, we can accept that Arsenal is building.
Manchester United
but Manchester United is not building anything.
No, listen,
Manchester United know that their season has been dented already.
No. See, wait, hold on. See, with what Ebuka is saying, I support it. But if Amorim's game is excellent and the fans can see that there is something here, it doesn't matter even if he loses the next 5 games. They will know they are onto something.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. Amorim is going to bring a system. Let me get this point. Van Nistelrooy won 3 games out of 4. He didn't lose. But there was no pattern, no system. It was just a fire.
Okay, hold on. We saw with We saw with Maresca when Maresca got the job, right? He lost
almost all his games in preseason.
Yes, he lost
and at the beginning of the season.
But the fans could see there is something brewing here.
What period are you talking about?
At the beginning of the season.
At the beginning of the season.
And now, what period?
Hold on, coach.
Okay, Manchester United have employed him now. They're supposed to know.
Ateta had.
This is the first team coach.
You know why they are employing him? What are the objectives for employing Maresca? Amorim.
See, for them to go for Amorim means that they don't want something like they don't want now results.
No. If they don't want now result, they will stick with this Roy. They will stick with this Roy. But because they want now result, because they want now.
So in your heart of hearts,
you know Manchester United anthem, glory, Man United. They want glory.
Listen,
you know tell me that
you know I agree with you.
Manchester United is looking for glory maybe in the Europa.
It's because
FA Cup and
I agree with you because
they know that they can't get anywhere in the Premier League.
See, I agree with you because the coming of Amorim can't. You see, the season is still fresh, and you discover that Man U can end up in top 4. It will be a good result, a good finish for them, and Amorim can give them that. Yeah. So the truth is that if they didn't want glory or they don't want to be competitive, they would have stick with Ten Hag. They would just say, okay,
any position we carry us glory.
Let's finish this.
It's not that they don't want glory. It's not that they don't want glory.
Don't get the point.
What I'm trying to say is, Amorim having a bad run of 5, not that we lose 5 games. No, we just say that one gonna.
Yes,
but maybe in 5 games,
not
maybe
5 games. I say maybe only 3. If you lose 3 games,
if you lose 3 games, still okay.
No.
Okay, yes.
Imagine, wait, go calendar now and check the league table. Manchester lose 3 games, Manchester are there for relegation.
No, the next 3 games not only in the Premier League. You argue me. It's not only in the Premier League. No. The next 3 games is only in the Premier League.
Let somebody check the table. Check the table.
No, they have a Europa game, and I think.
No, I mean league game. If they lose 3 league games,
they're not going to. Manchester United are not going to lose 3 league games under Amorim.
He's coming in.
I assure you that.
He's coming in.
But this one assurance.
His first game is Ipswich. That's his first game.
Hey, walk over.
Now listen.
But I say Ipswich go beat Tottenham. Be very careful.
But guys.
I say Ipswich I laugh. Now he beat Tottenham the other time. 2-1.
Guys, let's get something straight, right? If Manchester United wants sudden, first of all, there is no way that they can get any sudden. Amorim can give them anything sudden.
Listen, just 1 minute. What is the purpose for Manchester United to bring in a coach not even in mid-season at the helm of the end of the first?
It is because let me answer you. It is because with Ten Hag's football, there is no way forward.
So why couldn't they wait for Ten Hag?
Because
they can bring Amorim in the windows in the January windows transfer.
Don't forget, I keep emphasizing how a team plays is more important than whether they win a match.
So you want
because
to play important?
No.
You want to play important. You want to identify yourself at the middle of the
it's not by the
you need result.
If you have a play system,
they're bringing Amorim because Manchester United is in need of result.
Coach,
they are in need of that glory.
Coach,
if you have a good pattern, you can go 6 games, 7 games unbeaten, win a win streak.
That's during the preparation. That's during the preparatory phase. That's during the preparatory phase. Not now. That's during the preparation. See, that's why we go on preseason.
If you have a pattern,
teams go on preseason because they want to make sure that they can be identified, having a pattern of play. You understand? That's it. Now, bringing in a coach at this point in time, Manchester United, not any club. You can talk about Valladolid and perhaps Burnley in switch. Yeah, I'll accept that. Okay. You know they don't have much, but United, they have a great stand in the football scene of the world.
Yeah.
So bringing in this guy It's just like Madrid. You say if they are sacking Ancelotti, they are bringing in somebody is to come and build what? Which kind of skyscraper they want come build? Which kind of identity they want come show?
How do you explain, coach? Coach, listen. How do you explain Arsenal getting rid of Unai Emery for an inexperienced Arteta? Emery was giving us results. It wasn't about result. It was the play.
You get to understand Arsenal. Arsenal get a different philosophy from Manchester. Arsenal anthem no get glory. Make I tell you that one. We never get glory. Now one
They're like Netflix.
You hear me? But Man United is glory Man United, and they need that glory now.
Okay, so with that, we'll come to the end of this episode.
Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think. Do you think Amorim will kick things running in Manchester United immediately?
Or is just a setup for him to fail?
Yeah.
So leave your comments in the comment section. We would like to have it, and also you get a chance to get your comments aired on the show, and we would give it a rebuttal, and who knows, you can even get a chance to join us here in the studios. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, so that you'll be the first to know when a new episode drops. Until then, we'll see you in the next episode. Ciao, ciao.
Football Banter.